No, not at all.
So watching the weather.
Exactly. I've seen the tape, so I've watched it several times.
What do you think?
I still want to say what I said yesterday after the game. I think that you have to give them all the credit, particularly that second half of how they came out. You have the first half with their best player. For the most part, we kind of kept under wraps, relative to what he's been doing. And then as good players do, as good teams do, they just found a way to get him the ball, and he had a terrific second half. So I think you have to give them the credit for their execution in the second half yesterday. That's it. Thank you very much.
Do you kind of go about this the same way that we were talking earlier last week about Syracuse? It's like you take what you can out of that and put it on and keep it online and focus on what's ahead.
You have to. Now, I'm human, and you have a game like yesterday, and it sits with you, but you can't dwell on it. I don't lie to you. Like, this league is too tough to get stuck in the past, whether it be a positive experience or a negative experience. You have to extract from each game, but then move on. And so you can spend the next 48 hours upset about South Florida, then you're not as prepared for Villanova. And so you have to move on. You just have to in this league. Some leagues, some years, you don't have to. Not now, not here.
No, I've already done it. I was going to say, but it felt like last time because I think you said on the conference call today that it was yesterday's loss was sort of uncharacteristic for this team. It's uncharacteristic because that kind of game happened now this late in the season, or because it happened against South Florida, or because what was uncharacteristic?
I think we have done, for the most part, and I think I said this on the conference call, a good job of controlling what we can control. You can't always control the cause. You can't always control. There's certain factors, facets of the game that you can't control. I feel like we can control, and when we do control what we can control, good offensive possessions, like a turnovers, the tentativeness, timely rebounds, the timely turnovers, the foul shots, and stuff that we can control. We've done a fair amount of job this year of controlling those things. I think last night, the things that we had some control over, we did. Because every game you can find something to get upset about. That so and so got hot. There was I'm going to question these 5 calls, which I but that's how you control it. So that's going to happen. Just take care of what you can take care of. And yesterday we didn't do that.
When a player like Greg gets 3 fouls and there's still a lot of the game to play and you keep him in, do you tell him
Play.
Exactly, like dial it back, don't dial it back?
Play.
Okay, so that's
Don't change how you're doing things.
okay.
Because you're a different person, you're a different team. Let me just
If
play.
he
Don't
does
worry about
play.
fouls. Let me determine whether you're in the game or not. But when you're in the game, you play like Greg Monroe always plays.
Okay. Well, he says that didn't change one iota about the way the game. He said that fouls were not an issue. But do you sense that the simple fact that he had 3 fouls kind of had a spillover effect on the way the teammates around him played? Do you feel that it made them anxious or tentative or not themselves, not as aggressive as they should have been?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And I didn't feel that looking at the tape. I look at it again. You clearly
you're
you
the
think
coach.
so for yes.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because I don't know.
Where'd
But
that
I
question
wonder.
come from?
Yeah.
So you felt so?
We didn't turn
Let's answer. She asked enough questions. So you
A
felt so?
couple things I felt.
Push play.
It's okay.
I'm recording it. Don't worry.
I felt the intensity level dropped off.
Okay.
And I thought, you found fault with their play in the first half. To somebody like me, it was impressive, the job that they did defensively. And I concede I missed some things that hurt you. But it did seem that the intensity dropped off, and shots that went in were just barely not going in. And then I just couldn't figure out why.
Right.
That's all.
I honestly don't think it had anything to do with
Okay,
with
perfect.
I didn't feel that.
Okay.
Maybe you start. Maybe I gotta go look at it again.
No, you don't.
They're right.
But about rebounding in the second half, which, you know, just statistically you'd say, is he, a little bit less aggressive and not going for the ball for fear of picking up that ball? And he says no, he says he plays the same way.
Things you can control.
You talked last week about how you like the shots that they take and they understand what good shots are, things like that. Did you like the shots that they took? I mean, obviously the shots went in the first half, didn't go in the second half, but did you still like the shots?
I think that they did a very good job. We didn't get the same quality shots, but that being said, we also we missed some shots that we normally make, and that's what you have to weather. No pun intended. What's coming? Weather those storms because you can't always control those storms. There's going to be some nights where you're missing, so you have to control everything. I don't think we had poor shot selection yesterday. We had some shots that the last couple of weeks, last couple of months have been going in that just didn't go in last night. But I don't think that our selection, I don't think we took bad shots. The ball just didn't go in. That happens in athletics, that happens in basketball.
That last game in Philadelphia against Villanova, it seemed like maybe down the stretch, some of the inexperience on the back end of your roster came into play a little bit. Whereas we've seen those guys make progress now in the last couple of weeks since that game.
Yeah, and what are you talking about? You're talking about Jarrell's shot.
Yeah, Jarrell had a shot. I think he had maybe it's Jarrell specifically. I think he made a couple turnovers there right towards the end.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he definitely has. They definitely has. The group definitely has grown and has a better understanding. In that game, we dug a hole for ourselves. A big hole for ourselves, and on the road, it was just too hard to climb out of that hole on that particular night. But have our freshmen grown and matured and have a better understanding of what we're trying to do now than 2-3 weeks ago? Absolutely.
Are you worried at all about? Obviously, this game.
Always.
No, I'm just saying. Obviously, this game is going to
Not
be
everything.
This game is going to be played, but I mean, the amount of people who might come, or you're playing Villanova, a 2-7 matchup in front of probably a pretty sparse crowd.
Am I worried about that?
I mean, and what effect?
That's something we can't control.
So, I mean, what effect it might have on the game, either way, for that matter?
No, I mean, hopefully, the Verizon Center isn't too empty. But obviously, with Mother Nature is going to make that call, and so yes. Would you, as a coach at Georgetown University, would I prefer? Not that I can predict that we won't, but would you want to walk into your home court against a team that's the top of your league and have a packed, noisy, rowdy crowd? Absolutely. Now, Mother Nature dictates that doesn't happen. We're still going to show up and play like there is a packed, noisy, rowdy crowd there cheering for us. Hopefully.
How do you think about how Big East, as we see examples of it all the time, how Villanova and Syracuse separate themselves from each other?
By not losing.
Are they that separate from the rest of us? I mean,
I don't think so. No, I mean, if you look at the records, maybe that's you would say yes. I mean, I've said from the beginning, I think most coaches in this league will agree with me that the difference between 1 and 16 is minute. It's not a lot. Now, they've done a good job of in what is a game of inches, of making sure they take the inches that are given to them so that they stay at the top. And the rest of us, haven't done as good of a job. But at the end of the day, it is still a game of inches. It's a league. It's separation of inches, I think.
Given the great game Greg had against Villanova first time, are you expecting Villanova to change much about the way they guard him? Will that free up other things for you?
No,
how much can they afford to change?
They do what they do. They have. How long has Jay been there? They haven't changed how they do the stuff in
Is that right?
8, I've been here 6, 9, 10 years. So no, I don't expect them to change it.